Hi everyone, it's Kathy here from Bello's Designs, and today we're going to be recreating this card that I made recently using a faux bleach background technique. And this technique is when you use a water-based ink background and you lift some of the ink off with water using a stencil, and it creates quite an effective background. I recently saw Dries from Lavinia-stamps do a tutorial on faux bleaching, and I thought, yes, I'd like to revisit that and have another go. So thank you for the inspiration, Joe. And today, for this project, we will need a piece of multifarious card, which is 6 inches by 3 inches, a piece of lilac matting card, which is 3.25 by 6.25 inches, and then I'll place that onto a piece of card once folded, measures 5 inches by 7 inches. For the stamping, I'm using Versafine Clair Nocturne and Medieval Blue. And for the backgrounds, I'm going to be using Elements Inks, Violet Chalk and Blue Lagoon. Excuse me. And the stamps I'm using are the LAV 653 Lavinia Lilium and the LAV 677 Heartfelt Verses. And I've chosen the Just For You one. I'm also going to be using a Lavinia Featherleaf stencil for the background, and I have a couple of stencil brushes in purple and blue. I have a fan brush and a paintbrush for the inks, and I have a glue runner that I use to put things together. You'll also need a small bottle of water or jug of water and some kitchen paper or a wet wipe. So let's get started. I'll start by adding some inks. Now these inks I've got here are quite well used, so I don't need to wipe them off as such, because you'll see they're not very strong. If it's a very juicy new ink, I suggest you dab some off before doing it. And it's okay, I want to leave it. I don't want to be all purple. I want some bits to be purple, some bits to be blue. There we go. Do. I'm just going to get my stencil and a piece of kitchen paper. I'm going to place my stencil. I've got, I don't know if you'll be able to see here, but I've got a bit that's sticking up where I was a bit rough with it, so I'm trying not to have that on my background. There we go. That's fine. Right. And then just squirt some water on. Press. This will just lift off some of the ink from the background. See it on the kitchen paper there. And there you can see the pattern of the stencil. Now obviously that's wet at the moment, but that will dry. I leave it to dry naturally, but you can use a heat gun for it to speed the process up a bit. I shall be back in just a moment, or maybe about 5 minutes when this is dry. Right, I'm back. It's dry, so I'm ready to stamp. I'm going to use my Lilium stamp, and I'm going to use the Nocturne for this. And I'm stamping it a little bit up. Actually, I think I might like it that way up better. I'm going to leave a little gap at the bottom so that I can put my sentiment there. Just press firmly. There we go. Now, with the violet, I'm just going to squeeze the lid to get a little bit on there. Add a tiny bit of water. And I'm going to use that to paint the flower. Now I'm just going to add the sentiment at the bottom. I'm going to be using the medieval blue for the sentiment. There we go. Put my fan brush in there. And then I'm just going to, again, add a bit of water to the lilac chalk using my fan brush. And the bottom of my stencil, just going to do some splats. You can leave that out if you don't like the splats. You can just leave it plain. You don't need the splats. I'm just going to wipe that off the lid because it's a bit watery. And then I'm going to use my purple gel pen, and I'm just going to go around the outside of the flowers. Just have to put it on our purple background with the glue. Move it away first, turn it over. Just place that somewhere central. There we go, there you have it. Quite a simple, clean and simple card. And I don't know if you can see the shimmer, but it does give a lovely shimmer with the gold, the purple gel pen. So thank you so much for watching. Before you go, if you haven't already joined our Facebook groups, please consider joining our two groups. We have Del Bello's Designs Lounge for all products Lavinia, and we have Del Bello's a la carte lounge for all of the other products like Sweet Poppy Pencil, Cardio, etc. And there's quite a lot of members in there, share their work, and there's things going on, activities, etc. And it's quite a fun group. So I hope to see you there. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time. Bye-bye.